welcome to another review session from me, the Fish Geek. I'm going to be talking to you today about this lovely device, which is a SwitchBot door locking system. This is the standard model. What's quite good is I've had it installed now for around about a year, so I wanted to go through all the specifics of how I found using this as my first smart lock, how it's performed and what to look out for. So first of all, let's talk about the actual main unit. So this is what you will mount actually on your door. Basically, there's two ways of installing it. First of all, you have a base which goes onto your door here, which is normally stuck on, although you can use screws as well. I chose to go for the sticking option, and then this contraption here will either fit on to one of these pieces where you actually thumb lock to lock your door, or you can actually put in a key in the door there, so the key constantly in, and this unit here basically then switches it. Now you can use that manually, just so you can see I'm doing there to lock it and unlock it, but it will do it remotely to unlock as well. Part of the install, what I did find though, is the actual cylinder, the Yale cylinder lock, this piece here, I needed to adapt and change, because most of the ones in the UK, you find you can only open from one side. So if you put a key in one side and then try and open it from the other side using a key, it will not work. It basically sort of has a mechanism, so it's almost like one way. So you do have to make sure that you've got one of those locks. I did find it quite difficult to source them in the UK. A lot of our colleagues in Europe have them as default, but I was able eventually to source a Yale version, but uses a thumb turn key rather than the actual key on the inside. That wasn't really a problem for me because I'd be using this system instead. So that's the first thing you need to think about. When installing, it's pretty straightforward. I can go through the calibration process later, but you basically allow the bot to work out where's locked and where's not locked on the door. And you have a sensor here, which is like a magnet, which tells when the door is shut, so you can get alerts when the door is shut, open, unlocked, locked, all those sort of pieces come back to it. So then if I take you to look outside, what you'll then see on the outside, there is literally no difference, just looks like a normal Yale lock. I have a 3-star, so if it comes back, there you go, 3-star lock. And then over here, I have a thumb pad to entry. So where you have that is just all your fingers can be done, all the family can be done, or you can give out a PIN code as well. That can be temporary or a permanent one, and also you have sort of wallet-sized cards which work on near field, I believe, to also unlock something else. Personally, I didn't have to use. So that's what's controlled in this part of the unit. Very useful. We tend to use the thumbprints, and works great. But equally, if I go back in, you're quite able to use your phone to do all the unlocking for you. So now I carry no key around me whatsoever, which is brilliant. Less weight in your pockets, and it's worked pretty much flawlessly. When the battery is running low, you get alerts for it, but if you need to use a key, you can still use a key just like normal. No difference there. So you have that backup and peace of mind, and those who don't want to quite make that full leap away from a keyless access to the door. The only other things to note is you do need a bot hub, which comes, which you can get as part of the package or buy that separately. It's just a small white box normally, and it just allows it to connect actually to the internet, so you can remotely connect to it, but you must have one of those. I found, say, flawlessly, no problems whatsoever the whole time. I think maybe it's come uncalibrated once, but I just got a notice saying that the door was jamming, and I just recalibrated it within the app again. So that's over a whole year. That's been pretty good. Everyone, including the children, have been quite happy using the system. I would say that this part of the mechanism on the inside is a little bulky. I believe the new Pro version is slightly slimmed down from that respect. And when you actually also go to pull your hand down, you'll notice, you might see my fingers are really pretty close, and you could crush them if you weren't doing it. And that might be just down to my door, if it's a bit unusual about the difference in height. Couldn't do much about it. We've just all learned to basically pull the door a little bit further down, and then you don't have that problem. I also had the sticky pad came undone once, and that I think was because someone bashed it. So they do supply spare ones, just restuck it back on, and it is pretty solid. I haven't had any problems since that one, but I say it really did take a bit of a knock by someone who went past the door, but hence why it'd be great if it was a little bit slimmer and into the door. So yeah, all in all, I've been very happy with it. I would definitely recommend it. There are lots out on the market, but this is in the Prime Day sales. It's pretty cheap. Look out for it on that, quite often half price. So yeah, definitely worth putting on your list to review. I'll try and go through some of the features within the application as well to show you what that actually looks like, but it is all pretty straightforward.
Okay, so here we are in the SwitchBot application. This is the home screen that you'll be presented with. As you can see, it's a pretty simplistic view. You just have the temperature and a couple of symbols showing you that there's some firmware update needed there, and a unlock option as well. It's just showing the status of the current locking, saying it's open. The three devices, so you see the keyboard, SwitchBot. So that's where I showed you where you have your thumbprint and put in your codes. You'll just click on that and just to add any more additional items to that device. The SwitchBot hub is, I said earlier as well, it's just a white connection hub box. Nothing in there other than firmware updates. The most important one for yourself would be the front door lock. So you can see currently it's green, showing it's currently unlocked. If you want to unlock or lock it remotely, simply press the round circular button. As you'll see here, the door is now locked, and then if you want to unlock, purely just press the circle button again, and now the door is unlocked again. It's as quick as simple as that. Only other additions that you have is if you want to install some new devices, you have the add button at the top here, and here you can see all the different products that they currently have. You can see that currently in range via Bluetooth is the locking mechanism, and that's how you would set up the device, by clicking on that and going through the process, but very, very straightforward. You can also set up automations here as well. So for example, I have an automation which has got around locking the door automatically at midnight in case I've forgotten to lock it myself. So that's quite a handy thing, and I'm sure you can do many other clever options as well. What I will say is that the system is also available within Home Assistant. It gives a lot of interesting features in there, allowing you to do more advanced pieces as well. So make sure you take a look at that. I'll do a piece around Home Assistant at some point in the future, as I'm finding that very useful in general for the whole house as a smart technology. So thank you very much for watching. Please give us a like, please give us a subscribe, and let me know if you have any feedback or anything else you would like me to do some tests on. Thanks very much. Take care.